Hi, welcome. It's time for, see the flag behind me? It's time for a town hall and campaign update from me, Susan Maud Buchser-Lochocki, or Susan Buchser for short. Thanks for stopping by and welcome. So, today I was at a Unitarian Universalist service here in Switzerland, which is where I am. This is my Swiss art studio, and I'm going to be heading back soon to the US. But anyway, I was at a service today at my Unitarian Universalist of Basel, and it was nice to be there for one thing. So that was really good. Then we talked about many things, and we talked about sort of life and death, and yeah. So I just want to a little continue on that. I would like to say first that it's time to end all wars. And I know the Syrian leader is now out of the country. That's been a long war that's been going on for quite some time. He's in Russia, and supposedly, and Donald Trump is in France, meeting also with different leaders. And I mean, he's not even the official president yet. I don't, just sorry, I'm really confused with what's going on with him. And then we got Biden making announcements in the US about Syria. So I don't know. I just feel like, who's running our country right now? And how many more wars and battles are we going to get into? So I'm just confused. Sorry. But anyway, so I thought that first I'm going to say it's time to end all the wars and have a ceasefire and sit down to the negotiating table, because this is enough already. It's time to end the wars. We don't need to do this. Men don't need to do this. I cannot say women are really involved. It's men who are doing this. Can you not just be happy with your own little territory? Can you not sit down to the table and talk together like adults? Or do we have to play like we're at the playground, like 2-year-olds, and fight over, the shovel in the sand pit? Or where you're going to dig in the sand pit? I mean, are we, it's 2024. I think we've grown as a humanity a little bit. So, we gotta stop this. Stop egging people on. Stop influencing people to resort to violence, to war. War is not good, not only for humans, but also for animals and the earth. There's a lot of destruction that happens, and it's not just death of humans. So anyway, legacy is what I walked away with. There was one moment when we had a Jewish person, I don't know if he's a minister, maybe, talking today, and we were talking about sort of afterlife a little bit, and we do eventually die. It's normal. Everyone who lives dies. We just don't know how many days we're going to live. And that is what there is. So during our life, we have a choice of whether we want to spend our life doing good or whether we want to spend our life doing bad. And that's the difference. So that's what one calls like a legacy. And, no matter who you are, no matter how big or how small, we all make an effect on each other, on the world around us directly, and on the bigger world ultimately too. And life does go on, even if we end. Whatever happens in death, none of us know. But life continues after we die, and it's been the way forever. We can watch it every year. Right now, we're in the season of death. Well, no, not yet, sorry. We're in fall, so it's not death right now. Death is winter. Winter time is the really death season. That is when, things are not growing above ground, certainly. They might be growing underground. They might be restoring their energy. That's what they do. But they die. And what happens in this season of fall is where the earth is tired, all the leaves are falling, they're tired, they did their job, it's time to relax and retire. So they're retiring. So we're in the retirement stage. Then these things will eventually die and become food for the future generation. For, just look at grass. When grass dies, it dies and then new grass comes, right? It's the same thing with humans, with all life forms. We're here for a certain amount of time. We don't know exactly how long that certain amount of time is, but while we're here, we have a choice. We can leave the world better or we can leave the world worse. And this is where we are. When we are no longer here, then the next generation will be in charge, and they have to decide if they want to leave the world better or worse. So life goes on. And technically, we are still a part of it because we did our contribution during our lifetime. And then we are certainly in the memories of the people and things around us, the things that we touched. And then we eventually become food for the next generations as well, depending on how we die and where we end up. Our physical bodies, anyways. So our job, our legacy is to, maybe think about what we want for a legacy. We are teetering on many possibilities of things going really in the wrong direction or right direction. And, with the advent of robots, we have the ability to have robots do everything for us, but then what will become of ourselves and our bodies? Having servants known as robots, is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Displacing humans like we're seeing everywhere, certainly in every grocery store, with machines rather than humans, and then we have to pick up a little bit of extra work, but we also don't have human contact anymore. Is that a good thing? Is that really what we want as a species? It's great that we can do all these things. It's great that we have computers and robots and all sorts of things, but what's going to happen with humans? What's going to happen with animal life? What's going to happen on the surface of our planet with the trees and the oceans and everything? So, you know, when I was younger, I really loved technology, but we got so fast to where we are now. And that was with people holding our hands behind our backs, and trying to keep us moving slow. So, as a species, we're pretty creative, and we can really come up with a lot of good solutions. But we can also come up with some bad ones. And especially when you put in the middle of it all power and greed, this becomes a big issue. And I guess that was really actually what we talked about too is, do the thing, don't do the thing. Is it a good idea? There's, yeah. Sometimes we need to pause and think about our next steps. And so for me, robots, they can quickly overpower us before we can even comprehend what is possible. And then we've got the movie Terminator on our hands, because if we teach robots everything and how to fix themselves, then they can easily fix themselves to be bigger, stronger, smarter, and then bingo, humans are down at the bottom, and maybe we become slaves. So I don't know. Part of me wants to keep some technology but pull back a little bit, especially with cutting of grass and stuff like that. Why don't you get a farm animal or something, some animal that will eat it, something that'll be useful and give you fertilizer or milk or something, and entertainment and companionship. There's also horses, and then you could get around with that. I think we need to pause and really think about what we want. I just saw that China has some sort of wolf mechanical warrior type thing that can do all sorts of wolf type things, and is that really our goal? To pit now robots against robots, and then eventually the robots are going to turn on us, and then we're going to be nothing. So we need to think carefully about our next steps, because this is not an easy moment in time. Not everybody's understanding what's going on, and we do need to be careful which direction we go. This is why I suggest that everyone should go to the good. We do have a choice in our life. We can go to bad ideas, to greed ideas, to, power ideas, or we can go to equality ideas, friendship ideas, and common destiny ideas. And I think this might be where we want to go, because we're just here for a short time, each one of us, And then there's humanity as a whole. But we only have so much time during our lifetimes to do either good or bad things, and it does matter. So, as I said before, we need to sit down to the table and negotiate peace, and then we need to really discuss, what do we really want with robots? Are they really necessary? I mean, they're really cool, but are they really necessary? What is the outcome? Where are we going with this? So, yeah. And then spiritually, I want to talk about death. And the fact that death is scary because nobody really knows what happens. But, and we each die separately with our own separate experience. No one can die for you. You're going to have to do it yourself. But it's completely normal. It's completely normal. All life forms on the planet that we know, they all die eventually. Some die after one day. Some die at 100. We don't know how long we have. So you can spend your life dwelling on the concept of death and how scary it is, but that will just paralyze you and put bad thoughts in your head. So I think it's time to think about life like you're part of evolution. We humans are. We're here to leave the world better. This has always been my motto, leave the world better. And the more people that start saying that, the better the world will be for all. And if we leave the world better, as part of evolution, we are sort of the evolutioners, all of us, because we're here and we are either leaving the world better or worse. Yeah, that's what we are. We're all in the same boat. Some are leaving the world worse and some are leaving the world better. And my suggestion is that we all leave the world better. And we help those who are thinking they should leave it worse, help them to understand that it's better to be leaving the world better. Because, if we work together at this, just imagine the changes we could really bring. But we also have to realize and always be thinking, is what we're doing the right thing for humanity, the right thing for our neighbors, the right thing for dogs, the right thing for trees, the right thing for the ocean? Because sometimes the answer is yes, but sometimes it's no. And then we might have to find a different solution to whatever problem is there. So, instead of dwelling on things like dying and what's going to happen to me, why don't you just focus on what is the legacy you want to leave? What is the legacy you think your town should leave, your country should leave, the human beings should leave? And then also just enjoy life, because we only have the one life and we have to live it and have a good time, right? I mean, that is part of our life experience here on the planet, is to live life as well. Not dwell on what might be, what was. Just always go to the good. It just makes it easier. And leave the world better. Leave the people around you better. Do what you can. Because then we could really achieve something as human beings, if we were all working towards a common goal like that. So, yeah, I guess that's all I can say. It was a really good service today at my Unitarian Universalist Fellowship here in Switzerland. I enjoyed it, and it got me thinking. And it's time to have this talk with you, because I don't think a lot of people are thinking about the fact that they're part of evolution. They're part of the continuation of everything on the planet. Ultimately, we all affect each other. And so the more we can leave the world better, the better the world will be. And that is what our purpose is in life and on this planet, is to leave it better. So I'm calling for a ceasefire, not only in the wars around and conflicts around the world, but also a ceasefire on the streets of the USA, where there's battlegrounds going on everywhere. But I know that's easy for me to say, because I'm not in that environment. I don't have a lot of hate around me at the moment. And I don't at the moment have financial issues and other health issues and job issues and whatnot. So, I feel for a lot of people out there who are having issues. But you need to find a better way than to resort to violence to overcome your issues. And I think talking about it really helps. So we need to start self-help groups all around the country, where people who are having the same or similar problems can get together and find out that they're not alone, and find solutions too to whatever is bothering them. So, my platform is very pro-humanity, pro-belonging, pro-community, pro-better life quality. So I'm working already for you. I'm doing what I can. But I also need you to help out. I need you to become responsible for yourself and the people around you. So if you know people who need to talk to them. Let them know they're not alone. Help them move to the next level, wherever or whatever they are. So, yeah, self-help talk, it really works. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say, Louise Hay has a book that helped me a great deal on my own journey to healing and a better understanding of the world. I think it's called You Can Love Yourself or something like that. I'll put that in the comments below when I post this. I wanted to have it to show it to you, but I don't have it. Sorry. But anyways, it's the one with the heart on it. Louise Hay. She's a self-help guru and, did a lot of things back in like the 70s, 80s. So anyways, take a look, because, I've been through a lot myself. And I did very minimal amount of therapy. And I think, we have a lot of resources right in our hearts, right in our minds, and in community when we're with friends. A lot can be changed. So, yeah, we need to help our U.S. people to become more stable, to give everybody a better quality of life. And it begins with working on ourselves, finding peace for ourselves, and then moving forward. Yep. So I want, all of you to think about, what is your legacy? What is the evolution that you want to leave behind? How do you want to leave the planet? Not that we're leaving the planet right now, but just think about it. Instead of worrying about the inevitable, the natural thing called death, start thinking about what's going on and what are some solutions of making it better. Yeah. So that's my town hall for today, and that is my campaign update. So I'm going to be filing a lawsuit very soon because, as you know, West Virginia didn't count my vote, even though I'm a U.S. citizen and I was in there voting on election day. They decided for some reason. I know the reason. They decided that I didn't want to vote because I wasn't registered. And so why would I show up to vote and spend like an hour voting if I didn't want my vote counted? I don't know what they're thinking. So anyways, they decided not to count my U.S. citizen vote. But they're counting in all these other states illegal alien votes. And they've been doing that since the 90s. So, folks, we got some problems in the U.S. And I've been working on it since, I discovered it really in 2022. And this is sadly how it goes. It takes forever to see progress. Because corruption, greed, and the want of power, they're evil. It's just bad stuff. That's not going to the good. The want of power and the want of more and control and everything that is called greed, and it's not good stuff. So I'm trying to get the corruption out of the system. The Supreme Court has my lawsuit, as far as I know. I don't have any messages saying that they don't have it, so I guess they have it. So I'm calling on the Supreme Court to, move forward with my lawsuit. Let me know what's going on. All right, so that's my news for now. I'm going to sign off here and get back to some other things. But it was nice to be here, and I thank you for stopping by. My name is Susan Maud Buchser-Lochocki. I am a presidential candidate in the 2024 election in the United States for president. And this is my town hall and campaign update. My website is susan4usa.com. That's Susan, the number 4, USA.com. Excuse me. You can find out about my lawsuit there, and you can find some other social media outlets there too for me. So that's my news. I wish you a good rest of your Sunday, and we'll be talking again on Wednesday, maybe. I don't know if I might be Thursday. I might have to postpone that for a week. Or not a week, for a day. I'll let you know, though, in the comments below. All right. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye for now.